Welcome back, everyone, to the 10th build installment of Venusaur by LEGO Pokemon. This is set number 72153. Contains 6,838 pieces. Retails for $649.99. That was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, starting to look more and more like Venusaur every day. And yeah, pretty much this is where I am at. And right now we're still at an 8.5. The build's starting to get pretty big, so this thing's starting to get a little weight, and things are going to start falling off a little bit. And the leaves feel like they're just tacked in there, but they're actually held in with ball joints, which is even better. And remember in the last installment we did the nectar part of the flower, and then the vines, and these two leaves today, or yesterday, or whatever day. And today is the 28th of... I think it is, the 28th of April 2026. So, in this installment today, we're going to wrap up Venusaur with bags 25, 26, and 27. Because we're just going to get it done. All right, get this one finished. It's not that I'm bored of it. I just want to see how it turns out, and we got a long ways to go from that. But before we can start, I got to read off the disclaimer. As usual, these are just meant to be for fun, for entertainment. This is not my job, and do not construe these as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes. And in addition to that, opinions in this set are mine and mine alone. LEGO doesn't pay me to say them, other than that this is a paid promotional offer. And last but not least, this is not my career. I actually have a day job other than this, but this is just more or less just like a hobby. Something for fun, that three-letter word that I very rarely ever get to do. And I've been pretty pleased with the build, so yeah. Okay, let's begin. Let's slide it over. Let's build it. So we need bag 25 here. I'm going to get this done here before I fix up a dinner. And more or less I've been pretty happy with the quality of the project. It's just, I think it's just more or less just big. And remember the leaves that we did over here? We're going to have to do the same thing again in this one here, but pretty much that's what it was. And it took about, I'm trying to think, maybe 10 to 12 minutes to put them together. So while they're still fresh in my mind, let's get these done here. And everything pretty much at this point is going to be repetitious. So I'm hoping this will be a quick installment. After I get done with this one, I probably will crack open a friend set. One that I have looks pretty fun. That kind of thing. I'm still working on that batch of friend sets LEGO had sent me from last year. So I'm slowly nibbling at those. So yeah, we're doing the same thing again here with leaf pieces. So remember, we're going to be doing a pair of them. So let's get this going here so you can actually see what I'm doing here, because I've been known to do that, to show you what I can, at least what I can show you here. And I've been pretty happy with, like I said, with the quality of the set and stuff like that. And it's not too bad. Just take your time, be well disciplined. You should be able to survive this set pretty easily. Alright, so I've been reading more up on sign language, so let's see here. I think this is A, B, and C. I think. I am slowly doing this just for the benefit of the community, so I can make my videos more universal. So I end up contacting around, seeing if I could find any ASL classes, and no such luck. The only one I found that was close, and I don't mind if they're free or paid. This one was actually free, but it's about 200 miles away, so I really don't want to travel, especially with the price of fuel and gas and stuff. That just would not, at this moment in time, and it would be several hundreds of dollars, and the funding won't cover all that, so it's just more or less just it's just the travel expenses would be kind of a pain. And then there's a community college that actually does offer courses, but I have to be enrolled as a college student, and I haven't been in college for many years now, so I don't want to go back. That was a nightmare in itself. And I even talked to the department chair, called her up and said, hey, I'm thinking about taking sign language courses, but I just don't want to have to be enrolled in as a student. I've already got my degrees. This is more of a benefit. She was telling me some stuff and says, well, is this for a career? Or is this just for, you know, for a family member? I said, well, this is more for my YouTube audience and stuff like that. And I should never had mentioned that because I heard her kind of snicker on the phone, and she kind of blew me off after that. Probably thought I was not going to be serious about it. Yeah, so I'm on my own now, so I'm going to have to learn the alphabets, the ABCs, and 1, 2, 3. So I'm learning like a 4-year-old, but that's fine because I'm going to take my time and learn sign language. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to figure it out. And so there is some free stuff online that you can learn. You think that with it being a small community, you think there'd be a little bit more resources instead of coughing up big dough for it. I don't understand that. It's not like I'm learning French or Spanish or, you know, that kind of stuff. You think it'd be more universal, and, you know, of course here in the States, I'm just going to bluntly say it, everybody's in it for the money, I guess. So I am going to self-teach myself like I did with Japanese and, well, French I did take a few courses in that. And Spanish I pick up a little bit as I go because of work and stuff. I did take a course of that in college, but I don't use it all that much. But sign language, it seems like I'm running into more and more in the community that need it. It'd be a nice form of communication. So I don't get it. You think that would be something else, but you know how everybody is now. They're getting money hungry. Okay, now we're moving on to leaf pieces, and what I remember before, we're going to have to build 4 of these boogers. So we're going to have to do 2 mirrors and 2 clones. Okay. All right. So when you get into building this set here, that's what you're going to have to do, is just remember what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is start sorting things out, because I don't want this build installment to be dragged out very long. I'm going to try to get things kind of organized here. But yeah, I was just looking into the sign language stuff, and I just thought, you're kidding me, you know? I mean, you think that there'd be some free stuff available, and I understand on YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't get it. I just don't. I mean, I understand it's time and stuff like that, but the other place that I found out, it is volunteer, and it's for all levels, so I would be considered a beginner, and it's open to everyone. I think that's kind of sad, though, that if you want to learn something, you can't. Oh, you got to enroll in college courses to get to this. Well, I've already been to college. I already got my degrees. I got my graduate's degree. I don't want to go back. I just want to take a set of courses, and just for credit, no credit. You know, I don't even want to take the exams. I'm in there for a benefit, you know. This was at a local junior college. I should have just checked a 4-year college and see if they offer something. I may have to do that. But you know, it's sad though that I can't find anybody anywhere unless you're willing to cough up the dough. Oh, you're going to have to enroll into a college course. Well, I don't want to enroll in anything. So I may have to, because I really want to get into learning it. It's going to be a learning curve. I think the best thing I do is just learn most of it on my own, and if I'm stuck, you know. But online, though, they say if you want to learn how to do it for free, you're going to have to find family members or colleagues or something like that that know it. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know anybody who is thorough in ASL. I have a friend that I know on Facebook, but we're more like distant friends than, and I don't want to just say, hey, yo, dude, what's up? Teach me sign, please. That would just be kind of awkward, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own. I'm on my own now. I'm gonna have to learn how to do it on my own. But I think it'd be a very big benefit to my audience if I knew how to do it. All right. So after we do that, we got to put these here. Now this is where it gets kind of weird. Now we're going to have to start doing the reflections. Now you don't have to do this what I'm doing. You can do it any way you want. Well, now since I already have this prepared, this makes it easier. Because I already got it pre-sorted. But I also have experience because I already did this one. I just got to do it again. Yeah, so sign language. That should be it should be something that should be available for everyone, not for just college kids. But you know, hey, I'll keep my rants down to a minimum there, because when I got off the phone with this gal, I was just like, yeah, I see where we're going with this one. And this other place, they'll do free lessons. It's basically for parents or children who want to learn. There's a difference. A lot of these guys volunteer. They don't even ask for donations. I don't mind donating for that because they are volunteering. Like what I'm doing here, I volunteer my time. You know, this is fun. This is something I do just as relaxing. So, you know, just going to have to do my research and learn on my own. As far as for computer programming, I learned computer programming on my own too. I didn't have any mentors when I did it or anything like that. Most of it I just learned because I was just merely interested in the skill. You know. Okay, I should have sorted these out, but I never did. So guess what I'm going to have to do here is start preparing these. I'm supposed to be working over here, and what am I doing those first? I'm just grabbing them and hoping I grab the right ones. But yeah, if you're watching this and you have any resources, let me know. I did look on YouTube. There is some YouTubers who do, I guess, free lessons. You know, that is so sad. It's just, you know, I don't mind paying money for a course, but now if this other place, if I have to go to it and if it's strictly just volunteer donations, I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, donating money. It's just so far from the house. You know. You know, like I said, I'll think of something here. I will think of something. But right now, let's get this built here so I can get these done here for you. Okay. Yeah, so doing them in mirrors like this, you don't have to do it, but you can see now I've already got them done. Okay, I'm going to check my work. Yeah, they're just mirrors. All right, so now we're going to have to take these here and put the pointed stuff. And the last time I found it was easier to do it like this, to point them straight down. They have them like this, but it's easier just doing it like that anyways. You know, these things haven't broke, so knock on wood. It hasn't broke yet, so we're good, right? It didn't mess up. It's just easier to see back here to make sure that the clips are going in and just give it a good push. Give it a good push. But yeah, sign language. You know, it's not like I'm learning another language, although they say it's Sign language is about the same as Japanese, so shouldn't be that hard. Just learn how to do it. And we didn't have any pieces remaining, but now we got to bring this big guy here. And put these in here. And of course, if I was paying for a college course, I'd be ribbing on them if I wasn't getting the quality learning like I'm supposed to. So maybe it's a bad thing. We don't know yet. I'm just holding on to this here and sticking that there. This feels a little loose. There's only just those 4 clips holding this in. And yeah, so far it looks like something, huh? It looks good so far. I like the way this is turning out, but we're still missing something. Well, we're missing bag 26. Move that over there. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I didn't really ever see a bag of pink parts before. It's kind of an, and there's no small bags too. So we're almost done here. I mean, we're getting close. And we got to build 3 of these. Okay. And I think bag 27 is probably just going to be 3 more. Are they the same? They look like they're mirrored. But I'm not going to combine them just for the video, because that can get a little confusing. So if Lego doesn't say split, they say don't split them, I'm not going to split them. So we're just going to do 3 of these, because they might be slightly different. And yeah, these right here, these bricks, those are something that you really want to hoard up there. Also, the reason why I want to get into sign language, like I said, I've had viewers in the past that have said, you know, is there any other way you could do these? Because I don't want to have to sign to my kids or my wife what the video is saying. And I started doing closed captioning, but sometimes, though, you want to see the you know, first off, you can hear my frustrations. Why can't I just sign it? Well, I've never seen these in this color. Start pulling those out here. Start sorting things like these. It's like ice cream shop colors. But yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes I just get frustrated with where everything is in society these days. It's like, why do we have to pay for this? Shouldn't this be just as a courteous? Courtesy? What am I saying? We don't do that anymore. All right. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just sorting out parts. So I'm looking for the jumper plates to put on here. So let's get going on this. Like I said, I want to get this one done. I got to do so after this, I'm going to do an unboxing for a friend set and kind of prepare the build. I don't know. I may just not do that until tomorrow. I don't know yet. I'm going to focus on this one here first, because before I start the friend set, I am going to do this one first, and the next day I'll probably just do that. These low profile ones, I need to get more of those. So as you can see right now, I'm having a hard time finding parts. I always recommend that you do this, is just start sorting out parts as you go. This I have found out to be, it's slow, as you can tell. I'm going slow. It's fine, you know. Who cares? Okay, I got 2 separate. So this time I've learned I'm going to just separate these here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just sorting these parts out so I can find the jumper plates here. That's why you notice at the very beginning of the build, it goes very slow, because either I'm sorting or something like that. You could sort beforehand. You could do it any way you want. This is your set. You know, you could do it any way you want. I just kind of show you suggestions. So yeah, in this installment, we're wrapping this one up. I need to find a place to put him so he doesn't get dust and stuff all over him. You know, it's just like a vision impairment. You know, it's like buying glasses. Glasses are expensive, and it's just sometimes, and I dropped that on the floor, I don't know where that went. Hold up, stand by. Alright, I had to dig under the workbench, it flew way under there. Oh, well, that explains why. Do I need to get some hemostats to pull that out? It's one of those. So it's like buying glasses, you know. They're expensive. It's like taking advantage of my vision impairment. You think this stuff, but of course, depends on who you're under. Insurance usually don't cover a lot of that. You know, but at least we have the technology today to help us do that. Oh, wait a minute, this goes on the top. Alright. So, like right now, we have these. Now I got to build a couple of these here. I always leave my hinges bent. It's easier to deal with them like that. Also in these videos I try to throw a few building pointers too. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but sometimes it's just nice to have a little bit of a little guidance here. And then after that we take our 1x2s and put them on the bottom. I'm just going to grab from the pile that I haven't sorted out yet. Still got a bunch of these. Those are a nice piece. You get them, if you get them and you got a set you just want to part out, that's a part you need to keep in its own bin, because I have been using those a lot lately. And yeah, after I get done with this, I got to fix me up a dinner tonight. I was thinking about stopping by the chicken place and picking up a bucket of chicken, but I thought, I don't know. I mean, I've had enough yucky food, junk food for the week, and it's only Tuesday. I thought, I don't know. What other... Oh, wait a minute. That's right. What was it? Isn't Starbucks? They have it set up to where they can sign. There was a project that I did years ago for a restaurant here in town. They wanted their menu board that they can sign. This was many years ago. I said, well, you're going to need to get some kind of a monitor out there with a camera so that the attendant can sign to the customer. And they told them how much it was. You're going to have to get the hardware. So I wrote up the software to help with the hardware, and I got it up and running because I know Starbucks has something similar, and which I don't like promoting, but at least with them they try to make it as easy as possible, and it works. You know, it works. Now, I'm not a Starbucks fan by any means, but it goes like that, I think. But at least you know, they can doesn't make it all a small world after all. Yeah, this is not a bad set. I'm not bored of this one, to be honest. I think whoever's going to get this, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a workout, but you're also going to have a lot of fun putting this one together. And I'm not bored. I'm not bored. I'm not tired. I don't feel like it wasn't like that educational set where I just felt obligated. Okay, now we're moving on to the other side here, which means we're going to need more hinge pieces. But these are built backwards. But see, I didn't know that. I could have just mirrored them, but you know, we'll just keep it like that. I got a couple of tutorial ideas, or ideas in general, I'd like to share with you guys and gals. At least with these, I have I pretty much have all the parts. I have all the accessory pieces to build it. And yeah. I did look on Patreon. I'd been reading some of the exit surveys, and you know, sometimes if you're not sure if I have a building guide, you need to contact me first and say, Jay, before I join Patreon, do you have this building guide? And honestly, instead of going on Patreon and just being disappointed, just ask me for it. And say, hey, do you have this? And I'll let you know, yes, I do, or no, I don't. I'm slowly working on older builds, but I can't guarantee that I'll get them done, because I got a life off of YouTube. But I will try my best to get on those projects. I got one. I remember that green SUV. I finally got that one done because it was requested. I'm sure the guy who wanted it probably forgot about it now, but hey, it's done. It's done. And all it boils down to is just ask, because you can say, Jay, I'm not sure. Do you have this building guide? I don't want to join Patreon. And I'll look it up and say, oh, yeah, I do. I can get it up on Rebrickable by the end of the week. Or, no, I'm sorry, I don't even have a write-up for it. You know, that kind of thing. All you got to do is ask. I'm not going to get mad. Some YouTubers do, some don't. I did run across, I was a Patreon supporter for another channel, not Lego, but this guy had his Patreon, so it was only a few bucks a month. I thought, okay, fine, you know, you make videos, I don't mind. And I made a mistake of asking him a question, and he bit my head off, like literally, just kind of attacked me, and I put that on the wrong way there, whoopsie. And I asked him about something, about a video, and he just pretty much chewed me out and said, you know what, I don't have time to deal with it and stuff like that. And so what did I do? I just canceled my membership and said, you're on your own. I just asked him kindly, you know, about something about a video, and he kind of just was more or less just rude. And I thought, man, that's just kind of brutal. And here I'm encouraging question asking. That kind of thing. Alright. Now we got to bend these like this. Okay. And then after they're bent, we got to add a lot of plates and bowels and stuff. Bowels. The Bowel Hunter. If you know what show I'm talking about, the Bowel Hunter. Bowel. Well, that's a bowel. We're talking about bowels. Bow, wow, wow. Alright, so let's put them like this here. Venusaur. Yeah, I still got to rip all those DVDs. I got a coworker of mine heavy into that anime stuff, so he's been kind of sending me some DVDs and Blu-rays, and he knows I make copies, so we're kind of just passing the stuff around, and very appreciative of that, because I got some anime movies to watch. Some of them are kind of like Lifetime-ish. What do they call them? Slice of life type deals. So I gotta just sit down and watch them anyways. They might be good. I'm not gonna just diss it because I don't understand it. Alright. Alright, so we're going to start with the shield first here. Oh, wait. No, don't do what I did. It's right there below the crack. Ooh, must made a mistake there. I would have been roasted for that. Yeah, I think the other ones are going to be mirrors of this. Okay, this one goes here then. But hey, you know what? At least I'm having fun here. Okay, this one's backwards, so this one goes right here. So I think the other ones are going to be slightly different. They're going to be mirrors. I just don't want to make these videos so complicated that no one's going to be able to figure them out. That wouldn't be fair to you, the viewer. But yeah, sometimes you run across somebody that's just rude. I try not to be rude to people. It's like getting the same questions that I get asked all the time. Then I got to remember that some of these are newer viewers. And, well, we have a problem here. I only have enough here for just this. Okay. That was bag 26. Let's see if the bags are hiding it. Usually they are. There they are. Okay, so kids, when you get this, or adults or whoever, you get these sets. They have these in here with wax paper. I've found out parts will cling to the side, so just really check your bags, because something like this can be easily missed. So just braille for those, because you'll miss those and you don't want to throw them away, because I know I don't have these in pink. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 26. Not too bad. And now we got to attach the petals to the flower. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, let's bring this up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise the neck up here for more of an exploded view. Now let me bring this up here while we're here. Okay. Alright, so what they're doing here is... Oh, okay, I see what we're doing. They go onto these. So we can't mess this one up here. Alright, so let's start with this one here first. And you're going to have to snap that down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger here. And I'm just going to take this, kind of slide it into place, and push it down in there. Now, you can do it any way you want. And what you're going to do is you're going to skip every other one of these. I'm just going to do that. The reason why I don't want to press on this, because I don't want to redo that. So I'm just going to play it safe here and not be silly about it. And just do that. And yeah, this thing's getting to be pretty monstrous. Now I see why we have the stand. And there we go. And so far the frog's got a plant on its back. But yeah, looks pretty good so far. But no, we got more to do. Alright, let me move this out of the way. And now we're going to be doing bag 27. And I want to thank everyone on my Patreon for being patient, as well as my memberships for bringing out new content. Because that's always a big help. That just shows me you're interested in my builds and, you know, that kind of thing. And I also want to thank everyone for taking the time to check out my Rebrickable profile and downloading building guides. And last but not least, I want to appreciate everyone who sticks around and watches my videos. Even if you're not interested in these, at least you're here for the commentary. Why? Because we got to do 3 of those. The same thing, but mirrored this time. But these look like they're slightly different, so maybe I'm glad I didn't. And yeah, so, yeah, we didn't see these in the last one. So now what am I going to do? Start pulling out parts until I find the ones that I need. And we're going to start setting these up now. So we've got to do 3 of them. And I could either spend the time to sort them now or just build. So I need to make a bunch of these columns here. So, also I'm looking for jumper plates, and that's a nice piece to have in pink. So let me bring the camera down here so you can see better than what I've done before. Yeah, so just start sorting things out. You know, this is part of the build that most people don't like doing, is sorting out parts. I don't like doing this either. I do it just because it's faster this way and I don't have to go hunt for parts. Okay. I'm still working there. So you don't have to do how I do things. Some people do. Well, okay. Got that done, huh? Hate when you get an itch in your eye. Don't you just love Lego? It's the only toy you can build with and you can repurpose it. It's not like you build it once, it's glued together, and that's just it. Although there's some people who glue their sets together. I mean, if you do, that's cool. I won't do it. Okay, I don't know what time it is. Oh, I got plenty of time here. I'm still looking for those jumper plates. You know what I'm going to be doing? Sorting through the parts that I don't need first. But now I know those hinges exist in that color. I may be inclined to order maybe 4 of those. Maybe if I'm building an ice cream truck or something like that, at least I have them. So as you can see right now, I haven't got anything done yet. Now you can see how I'm getting through a little bit more faster, because once I start removing the bulk parts, like the 1x4s and 1x6s and stuff, because these littler pieces, they just sink down to the bottom. And yeah, so these, we didn't see these in the last bag. So it'll be a while here. By the time we get through the first few steps, we should have everything sorted here. And I'll continuously go until I run out of parts, and I'll sort a little bit more. But these are what I need right now. I can't wait. I have to get them now. Plus, it clutters up the workbench too. But hey, you know what? That's fine by me. Just make sure you check these. It may have some tiles in there. Remember that last one we found out had one side. Well, we pretty much have sorted everything out. I may as well just sort it out even further and just do the whole caboodle right now. There we go, all done, sorted, and ready to go. Now it's going to go quick, because now I don't have to hunt for pieces. I just got to hunt for piles. So this one here shouldn't take all that long. Forgot to reset the timer. Well, no, I did. Never mind. All right. Well, not too bad. Not too bad at all. We are getting somewhere today. Just making sure I got that facing the right way. And then after that, we got to do the side pieces here. You notice how this one's going a little faster now? Because I have my act together. Now I can build the mirrors of these too, but let's just do it like this here, because I don't want to make it too complicated and you know, make a mess. Yeah, but in reading the comments, a few of you have said you like these, which is cool. A few of you like these build things. Some of you listen to it just like a radio, just like a podcast. You just sit back and listen to me just talk about things, which is cool. Alright, so once I get this one here done, I think I'm going to stop for the night, and then the next day, or when I get some spare time, I'm going to do the friend set, or do a friend set here, because I got 21 minutes left. We really need to get going on this. I really don't want to. I was really only planning one whole memory card just for the remainder of this, so I'd like to do that. So my goal is, my method now I'm doing is memory card number 1 is strictly used for unboxings and reviews. And 2 through 4 is just used for filming other stuff, like like the build installments. It just makes it a lot easier. And then after that, they go back on here. But you could tell the difference between this and just some crummy set that's just barely tacked together, because this one here is built very well. You're going to experience some breakage. It's not that bad. It's just, you know, just the way some of this is. I forgot to put that on there. Somebody asked me, how do you know what pieces go where when you're doing your tutorials? Like when you're writing up the building guides, a prototype. Doing the tutorials, I try to memorize everything where they go. It's a good brain exerciser, that kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to the other side of the leaves, or the petals. Yeah, not too bad. I'm surviving. I'm not messing up it bad. When I do the tour on this, it will be on a turntable, and now looking at the size of Venusaur, I will be doing the hand cam on this one here. These are going to be... I couldn't hold it in. These are going to be where I can't just pick them up, bring them close to the camera, so I cannot be lazy on this one here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that. It's not too bad. Just it's 360 spin, close up, and then thoughts and opinions, and with the review. You know, that kind of thing. But I'm getting a little tired. I had to work a lot today. I had to be up at 3:30 this morning. So it wasn't too fun, but at least I'm home and yawning myself to death here. You notice how I'm pressing them down on the workbench to kind of line up these joints a little bit. Yeah, girlfriend and I have been talking about camping and stuff, and yeah, we already got a trip planned now. We're working on meals and stuff like that, so we're already starting to do a little bit of everything here. You know what, might be easier if I just leave these folded. Make sure, then I'll bend them and put them over there. Because if I can't bend it, then I did something wrong. Also, if you notice, I try different building techniques too. Okay. And that takes care of that. Yeah, these are a little different. These are a little different here. Let's kind of group these up here. Because I need these next here. These are the same though. They're almost the same. So now I'm kind of glad I didn't mirror these, because boy, that would have been brutal. That would have been brutal. I grew a brain. I didn't have to think now. Whoops, I'm putting that in the wrong way. There we go. I could just focus on one and finish it up, but we're not going to do that. We're going to just do one at a time here. And get it done. Get it out of the way. And then we will do something fun. The friend sets I don't mind doing, but the sets that I denied, that I mentioned in the last installment, I looked at them, really thought hard, and I thought, well, one of them wasn't sure of. The other one I was like, oh, I'm not going to have fun assembling this. This is just going to be time waster, and I don't want to do it. So I just kind of told Lego, don't send them to me, because I just give them to somebody who prefers that. And I just thought, no, I can't. That kind of thing. Okay, now we got to start putting tiles. You know, it might be easy if I just do them like this first. And the next one after that is the... Oh, Lego, we don't have a 2x3 rounded tile. Wow, that's kind of depressing. At least we can make them. We have those 2x4 ones. I wish I could find a tile like that, like a 2x3 rounded. Those would make good vintage round television screens. And we have one extra of those, and then these are right here, like that. And this will conclude the remaining petals. May just call them petals 1, petals 2. And that, folks, is what we have remaining for bag 27 in this installment. And yeah, we got to put those on there now. We're going to have to do that. And then it's asking us to put it on the stand. We'll do that here after this because I'm going to prepare it. Okay. Now, what I'm planning on doing is I got to find a place to put this at while we're building the other ones, because this thing here is so tall, or it's big. I got to find a place to put it, so I'm going to put it on its stand so it's more stable. And yeah, let's see here. So we're just going to take these, just going to do that, just press them down. Well, let's see if I can get it in there. Okay, well, that's not bad. I'm surviving. This thing's got some weight to it. I mean, it's heavy. This is just solid, what is it, PVC pipe, plastic, ABS plastic. But nothing's really falling off. And there we go. And yeah, I think that's a winner there. And let's see here. Let's bring it down a little bit for you here. But I mean, it's not too bad. All right, now we're going to be putting this on the stand here. Okay. And thanks, guys and gals, for helping me with the corrections on that. Let's get that out of the way there. Now we got to put this onto here. So yeah, how does that go on there? Well, let me get the book here. I just I think it looks better without the stand. Okay, so that's how he goes on, like that. And then after that, that's what he looks like when he's done. All right? At least I can do that. Now, you know what? Yeah, let's leave it at the front here. Now I'm going to pick this up very carefully without touching his bottom jaw. Now I'm bumping into a lot of this stuff and nothing's really falling off. So what we are going to have to do here, because his paws are going to go every which way. I know the angle's not that good. I just don't have a lot of space in here. Alright, so there we go. I'm just going to plop them on. Ooh. You may want to get someone to help you line this up, but I don't. So what does it look like on the bottom? Yeah, we got to put it in that red piece right there. Ooh, wish there was a way to make a guide for that Lego so we didn't have to deal with that instead of brailing for it. Braille. Shouldn't have to braille for things. Everything wants to move, so putting that on there, once I get this on there, that's it. Now the best thing to do, I'm afraid to move my hand because he's just going to want to slide here. I'm going to line this Technic pin up with this paw right here. This one right here, I'm going to kind of just wiggle it in place. I could fill it with the finger. The problem is the palisade brick. Okay, I got one in. It's a hit or miss thing here. No, I did not get it in. All right. I'm going to have to say that the build quality, or the setting this thing on here is kind of bad. The thing is, you got to really be careful because you could knock things off, and the jaw could break off. You got to be very careful. Okay, you just have to really glide it in place. But there it is. I think it looks better without it sitting on the stand, but to kind of get him rearranged here. Now, I'm not moving him. Next time I remove him is when I'm doing the when I rip the stand apart, because I am not going to keep this stand. And then these toes here, these things want to swing out. To me, I think the models look better without all that. But now it looks like he's in a terrain. Alright, so I think this concludes this build installment here, and everything's locked in, it's not moving, but picking this thing up, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try picking this up here. There's really no way to grab it, and this thing here, it weighs. It's got some weight to it, and it's not very easy to pick up. So yeah, I think honestly, get a turntable and put this on there. I'm going to have to get my turntable out and set this on here. I got to find a place to put it right now, but when I do the thumbnail, I don't need to worry about that. Okay, summation of thoughts. I only got 9 minutes left, and this one wasn't too bad. All right, it's just big and heavy, and I think this is the largest out of the 3 models. But as you can tell, though, it's got a lot of color to it, I have to say. Nonetheless, it looks really good. If this was just a set by itself, I think this would have been perfect. I mean, instead of having the full thing here. But I think this right here was the fun part of the build, but we've only done one part of it so far. Putting the legs on here could be a bit of a challenge. That's probably my only issue, getting this on the stand. So I'd have to say right now we're getting close to an 8. Okay, because it's, you know, nothing's breaking off, but be careful with this. The pedals, all that stuff. So everything just kind of feels a little sloppy in a way. So I'm going to say maybe more of an 8 on this. I kind of wish these were separate though. But now, seeing that Venusaur is done, I've only got 1/3 of this set built. Just 1/3. We only got 10. We got 10 installments. That's a lot of installments in here. This should really cover for the weekend and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start plopping these in the machine, start editing these right away, and get these up as soon as possible because I'm going to do a friend set after this. And yeah, I already got a friend set already keyed up and stuff. So now that's it. We are done. But tell me what you think of Venusaur. I mean, it's cool looking. It's just a little big, just a little too big.